A lot of people I talk to would laugh if I say that I love compliance courses. And in fact, I love compliance courses because there's so many things going on with this. And sometimes I exaggerate and I say I find compliance courses very sexy. Well, it's a joke, of course. But the whole idea is that in compliance courses, it's so much abundance of the realities of life happening in a compliance course. The problem is sometimes we look at compliance course and we say it's like a chain. It's a kind of a bound us. It limits us. But there's some way interesting thing that you can do with compliance courses. For example, if you have 100, 200, 300 pages that you're required by law or by the legal department or by marketing department or whoever requires certification, and learners are clicking pages, right? Click 1, click 2, click 3, take a quiz, review knowledge, click, 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 click. And it's so boring. What you do is you add an animation. It's still boring. You add a game. And then it's so boring. You add a narration. You add a video. Suddenly the compliance program is so big. Try it this way. Another thing to do is to separate from your content areas that you know for a fact have impacts on the business. Areas that causes life and death situation problems, risks on property, maybe content that is commonly causes of legal lawsuits, complaints by employees or complaints by customers, or content that raises your warranty, raises your returns because there's so much compliance requirements of it. So you can identify them easily within the content area. And what you do is to start your lessons as a main slideshow. If it's a clicking, 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 let the learners go to this part of your compliance lesson that are known to have impacts, either positive or negative impacts. And then in those lessons, what you do is you connect those type of content, which I call explanatory content. Citations, definitions, references, procedures and steps. They're still important content, but you put them as a reference to the content that have high impacts. You ask the learners to go click those pages. Now, we made an experiment with this and you would love the results. We measured it and we found out that learners would have spend longer time in the areas where there are impact areas. They're still clicking the pages, but they spend time on areas with impact areas. And then when they go down to the definition, the citation, the legal theory, the principles, they breeze to it. They're still clicking, 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 but they breeze to it. For us, what it meant was that when they start going to the explanatory part of the content, their interest goes down, but then they have to finish it. They show the clicking of the pages. But in the areas where there are impacts, they tend to pay attention to it because it's relevant and there's real life consequences. Reflect on your design of the compliance program. Separate what I call impact areas, separate from explanatory areas, and experiment and see what's the footsteps, what are the footprints, which parts of learners spend and use most of their time learning. You'd be surprised. Try it.